Okay. Now let's see. Starting over. I don't like it when this happens. I was messing around and the phone started recording again, but it still said it had trouble with the live stream connection. We shall see. I will wait and see if everyone shows up. Mike Mason, hey, Door Prize. Jim Cooper is here. Yeah, I don't know what's up with the connection. I've got a good Wi-Fi connection. I like my Wi-Fi. It's usually good, except if I go live. Dog Diggities, yes, Brennan says. Hey, Jermaine. All right, starting to trickle back in. We lost like 30 people. Yeah. Oh, well. Justin Cornelius, evening, chippers. Good evening, good morning, and good day. Were animals acceptable posts on the community? Yeah, I think animals are acceptable. Yeah. Good evening, sports fans. Brandon. Why sports fans? Could it be that Flintknapping is a sport? Could be. I bet you, Justin. Were you lurking in the last live stream, Justin? Because if not, then good morning. Brand new live stream for you. Yeah. You're only 40 minutes late. That's all. We've been talking all kinds of stuff. Oh, Jay Valente's Wilderness Quest Outdoors. He's posted a scar on his neck. Mm-hmm. I see. Thyroid removal scar. Yikes. Mm-hmm. Funny. So they told him that his head fell off during the operation. Yeah. So like something that I would say. He said that explains a lot. All right, here we go. Nope, just got home, said Justin. Well, I guess you're just on time then. Mike Tuff says freaking Amazon just delivered me an empty bubble mailer that's supposed to have epoxy in it. Yeah, that never happens to me. I think it only happened once, though. Ferdo Joe is here. I'm at the concert tonight on the Mohawk. Dang. Well, good morning, good evening, and good day to you as well. Two-man band. Well, here you go. Good thing I restarted the live stream because now you guys you must have gotten notifications. Yeah. We're back up to 14 people, right? When the live stream cut out, it was like 23. So we lost half the people. Mm-hmm. I did have to restart the live stream. Yeah. I did have to restart it. So now it's in two parts. Two separate parts. If you wanted to watch the whole thing, you got to watch both parts now. Yeah, what is the Mohawk? I think that's the motorcycle. Let me think here. Yeah, I think, see, several of you guys ride motorcycles. Several of you guys are musicians. And you go to concerts and stuff. I haven't been to a concert in forever. Why don't I go to concerts? I think I had my fill. Yeah. I've been to so many concerts I didn't want to go to that I just. Why do you go to concerts you don't want to go to? Because the kids need a ride. Yeah, they needed a ride, so I go and I attend a concert, and then we can all go home easily without the kids having to wait outside. Dad, we've been waiting forever for you to come and get us. Okay. I can be right there. And then I had to wait forever for them to stop talking with their friends and stop buying food and stuff. Yeah. So they make me wait instead. Mm-hmm. My experience with concerts is mainly taking the youngest kids to the bathroom and back and forth, back and forth. What are we watching? It doesn't matter because I'm shuttling people to the concessions and to the restrooms, back and forth, supervising them so they don't get lost. Yeah. How do kids get lost so easy? Or how do my kids get lost so easy? Autism. Yeah. It's one of those things that helps you get lost. It's an amazing thing. Yeah. You never seen someone get lost so easily as someone with autism. It's amazing. I mean, they could be right there next to you. Dad, where are you? Right here. Oh, yeah. How come you couldn't see me? I don't know. I think I was looking at somebody else. I mean, when I looked at you, I thought it was somebody else. That kind of thing. Okay, so people are talking in the auction space. Hey, Keith, how's it going, man? But say more than that. Say, hey, Keith, come over to the dark side on the live stream. Don't hang around here in the auction space. It's weird over there. Yeah, there's a lot of fighting for position going on, right? Yes. Ralph, you're bidding a lot. Like, you don't have to bid so much on one item. I'm going to have to delete some of these bids. Keith doesn't... Ralph said hi to Keith twice, and both times he says, Ralph? Yeah, but what else? Tell him to come over here. Oh, Josh, you're not bidding in the right spots. .04 and 09. Okay, so I gotta... Josh, you know how to do this? Just go back and find the correct comments that had the numbers you want to bid on. If not, I'll have to write these things down. Let's see. I don't have my pen available. Hold on. Hold on a second. All right. Pen and paper. That would help. All right. So Josh wants me to bid for him because he can't seem to find out where to bid. So we go on 7Y04 and 7Y09. All right. Those are the two. All right, good bids. Yes. So hold on while I try that. Okay. We got everyone back in the chat that was here before. Let's see. Being neurodivergent makes life spicy, says Ken. Oh, yes, it does. Jim Main says, question, Patrick, at what point do you decide to do your bold flakes during thinning? I'm sure material factors in. Is there something that tells you, or just whenever you think? It's mostly opportunistic, but sometimes I plan on it. So the answer is yes. Whenever it looks like I can do it, I'll try it. It doesn't always work. When it does, it's a bright new day. Yeah. Whenever the opportunity presents itself is mainly when I take the long or bold flakes. But sometimes I will set it up to where it's convex. I'll nap around an area to make it all convex, and then I'll take a big old flake. Sometimes I do set it up, but most of the time I don't. Now with these complicated points like Edens and eventually I'll do some Folsoms. It's a lot more involved in setting it up. You've got to set them up on purpose. Yeah, you've got to set these flakes up on purpose. When it's flaked so-called perfectly, you've got to set those up. You can't just opportunistically take flakes for those types of points. Once in a while, some of those flakes can be opportunistic, like the first flute, that can be opportunistic, but everything else has to be planned. Yeah. Let me see. So I still don't see Keith. But that's a good question. You know, when do I make a decision when do I make a decision to take flakes? The answer is yes. Movie question for Patrick. The Mountain Men with Carlton Heston and Brian Keith. Anyone else seen it? I don't know. Maybe I can't remember. Between Battle of Oriskany and Saratoga. I don't know. Okay, so Mike Mason says I really need to do a long form video one day. Okay, so let me see if I need to enter these bids for Josh, if he hasn't bid on these already. Okay, just we're going to pause here for a minute. Let me just close everything out so I can start from the baseline. There it is.
Auction time.
Auction time. All right, so now let's look for these items he wants to bid on. Oh yeah, I got to write this name down. All right, Josh. Excuse me while I do this. It takes me a long time to do these because I have to double check and triple check what I'm writing down and double check and triple check what I'm typing. Yeah. Okay, so we got. I'm going to put your. I'm going to put your bids in. Let's see. Okay. I mean, there's going to be some dead air while I do this. Okay, so 7Y04. Yeah, and when you guys see these out of place bids that I put in there, they look kind of odd. What's going on? It means I'm bidding for someone else. Yeah. And you could probably figure it out. Okay, so 7Y04. And then he's going to bid on 7Y09. And yep, I got to put it in for him. Okay, so hold on. Josh bids 75 on 7Y09. There you go. I think I got it right. Double check, triple check. Yeah. Go back up to the original post. Yeah, now 704. Just to make sure I did stick it in the right spot. Yeah. Okay. There. That didn't take long at all, did it? Okay, where did I miss? Ask questions before I start napping because I don't look at the chat while I'm napping. Yeah, so if you got amazing questions and remarkable insights, please post. Yep. Please post your remarkable comments. Okay, so I've already read all these. Yeah, I've already read all this stuff. Dang, I got up too early today. I'm yawning already. Okay, I need some coffee, but I can't drink coffee. I have to settle for water. You might say, well, what happened to the low acid coffee? I'm down to very little, and I want to save it just in case for a special occasion. I'm pretty sure it's full strength caffeine, though, because I feel jittery when I drink it. Yeah. The good kind of jittery. Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, so the auction is going well. I didn't check all the bids, so if you have an open bid without a like on it, I'm going to check that right now too. So it's not supposed to be like that right now. I try to check it as often as I can, right? I'm going to go back. I did put in some bids for Josh, and then I've got to check on all the other bids. Make sure there's a like on everybody's bid. Well, some of these only have one bid, which that makes it easy. No, not that button. There's still a down button, but it doesn't show up. I never see any down votes on anything. YouTube got rid of a lot of, not a lot, got rid of the dislikes. Keith is not talking very much. Yeah, he just says hello. Yeah, well, he's there. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to go back to the end of the chat. I'm going to start napping in about 4 minutes. Mike Mason says, the shorts get a lot of views. I want to do a king forum to show some of my methods. The pig goes the other way if you want to roast it on the stick like that. What? Waiting on the pig answer? What did the pig say on a hot summer day? I don't know. Hey, Dwayne Griffin's here. Evening. Weren't you here? No. I had to restart the live stream. The answer is, the pig said, I'm baking. A long forum, not long king, or whatever. I don't know. I'm not going to go back and reread that. Ken says, I've been noticing how many people only make shorts nowadays. Yeah. I haven't really paid too much attention to that, but some of the highest views are on short videos from Flintknappers. Yep. Someone just came in. Johnny Waring, hello. Mike Mason asks, what's red and bad for your teeth? A brick. Yeah, but that could have double meanings, right? Robert Lai, I haven't seen you before, and you retracted your message. Good to see everybody. All right, I'm going to break my stones out, my kit. I'm going to break them out, so to speak. Yeah. Okay. Got to be careful using the word break around stones. Around people trying to learn how to nap stones. Why would you want to try to make stuff out of rocks? Why? It's just a bunch of torture. Even I would say that it's a bunch of torture, even after doing that for years and years. I never learned. Let's see. Ken says, I try to follow other people in the hobbies I have, so the algorithm picks me up and suggests me to like-minded people, but I have not noticed the short creators yet. Ken says, woohoo, nap time. Yep, it's time for nappings. I'm going to do this. Yes. Right? I don't really feel like napping this one. So maybe that's... I'll just nap the one I don't feel like napping, the long, thin, cruddy piece that no one knows how to nap. Can you nap a triangular cross-section piece? Because I got like 80,000 of these and only one of these. Okay, fine. You got 80,000 of these? You're set for life. Yeah. You got to take the curve out first because see how wonky it is? Unless you want to make a curved point. I can make a curved point with lots of step fractures. Yeah. Would that be nice? No, but that's relaxing for me. I make one with a bunch of mistakes in it and keep a curve in it. It's very relaxing. Yeah. You don't want to see me enjoy it. No. That's not the deal with these videos. I can't be enjoying it. You have to be the one enjoying it. I know how it goes. I know how it goes. I watch videos too, by the way. I don't like it when the video maker's enjoying himself. I'm kidding, yes. So I take out the majority of the material that I know is not going to be in the finished point because it's curved. Okay, so now I'm going to work on thinning it. Yeah, thin the ends first. This is I don't know, 9-ounce bopper. Where's my scale? I had it for there it is. Oh, be quiet. The scale, so I can measure the weight of this bopper so I can put a label on it. It's already coming loose. It's already loose. I have to pin it. Okay, ready? 8.9 ounce. So it's like a 9-ounce bopper. All right, so I'm going to put it on here. 9 ounce. That's one of my favorite ounces. Yep. I like the 6 and the 9. Yeah. 9 Oz. Okay. And it'll rub off in 5 minutes, but I don't care. Why you want to know what the ounces of the bopper is? I don't know. Because you're supposed to just pick whatever bopper works good for you. Yeah. You don't need to use what I use. And I might not get to your question until 45 minutes from now. So if you just arrived and you say, great, now I can ask my question I've been saving for 5 years. Here goes. It's like 4 parts and everything. And you'll be sitting there waiting. And I'm going to be napping for 45 minutes because you arrived at the time that I'm starting to nap. Just like you're not supposed to. Yeah. Hey, Michael's here. Red-Eyed Patriot. That red glass was nice, he says. I have a lot of interest in, kind of a multi-genre channel on Michael's channel. Mike is Red-Eyed Patriot. Michael. Ed Gould says, what's kind of round and brown, and you see it out in the fields with wheels on it? No idea. Keith Callahan says, when I used to drink beer, I like the 24 ounce. Yeah, you can nap those bottles. Cow pies is the answer to the joke, and I forgot the joke already. Oh well. Okay, so I'm going to be napping and ignoring the chat. It's always fun. And I'm not supposed to be using this. This is a fine abrader. Fine grit. It's fine abrader. It's fine. But it's also a fine grit. This is the coarse grit that I prefer to use because it's fast. Yeah, it's fast and I don't have to mess too much with trying to get some kind of results. Some results are better than no results. Yeah. Here we go. So, yeah. Now that Michael's here, you guys can post links. Or he can post links for you. Just tell him, hey, Mike, can you post my link to my channel? Everyone has Mike's email, I guess. Or I don't know how to get messages to Michael, Red-Eyed Patriot. He's the moderator on the channel, by the way. So he's watching you. He's watching. Yeah. Okay. So are you learning how to deal with these chunky pieces? I've done several of these on the regular videos. In case you don't know. I could be doing some of this still with the bopper, but I prefer the indirect percussion's accuracy. And I got a lot of cortex that I'm removing right now. Plus, it removes some of the chert as well, but I'm mainly trying to get rid of the cortex. It's still really thick, though. See how thick it is? It's not going to be that easy to thin it down. But I need to get that cortex off first. I'm supposed to be doing thinning flakes while I'm doing this. But oh well. This material is tougher than I thought. The flakes they're not traveling as easy as I thought they might. But the show must go on. I gotta keep trying. Okay. It was doubly difficult because it had cortex on one side. So sometimes you'll have a triangular piece, triangular in cross section, but there won't be any cortex on it. Those are a little bit easier than the ones that have cortex on some part of it. Yeah, this one had it on the whole side. But yeah, typical of what I learned on, because I would go around asking people for free stuff, and they go, yeah, you could take those nasty flakes. Really? Awesome. Go back and torture myself with those. Maybe I tortured myself more than other people. That would be the story of my life. I don't know. I look back and I don't know. Compared to other people, I don't know. So this is what I got so far. There's still cortex right there, looks like. Yeah, a little bit, but that's not bad. Everything else looks pretty solid. There's no cracks. So I'm going to go into a thinning phase. Right now, it's the first stage. The easy part's over. Now comes the hard part. And I bet you some people, they still hate when I say that. I don't know. I think we've got all the people that hate things to go watch somebody else. I watched this channel so many times that all the bad stuff so many times on his channel that I don't want to look anymore. Mm-hmm. It's kind of tough watching somebody nap something tough because it's a struggle. Yeah. It's working. It is working, yes. It's just requiring a little more force than I thought. Come on. And yeah, I'm hitting on the end. It does break it in half sometimes. So do this at your own risk. Yeah. Don't try this at home, boys and girls. I'm what you call a professional. Yeah. That's the disclaimer that I've seen on other channels. But in this case, with napping, you have to try it at home. Make sure you try this at home, boys and girls. Make sure you try it at home. And make sure you do that. Learn how to do that. See that little flake? That starts to whittle it down, those types of flakes, in case you haven't been able to see, because not everyone can see. You can zoom in, I think, on the live stream, if you touch the screen and zoom in, so that you can see what's going on. You can kind of eyeball the angles if you don't have an angleometer. If you don't have an angleometer, you won't be able to see the angles right, so you got to zoom in. Get your protractor up on the screen. Because once you know the angles, it'll solve all your problems. You didn't know? No, that's what you think. I know that you think that. But believe me, knowing the angle is not going to solve your problems. It'll get you only part of the way there. If you got rocks embedded in the tip of the flaker, it doesn't matter what you do. If you got a bunch of rock dust stuck in there, it doesn't nap right. It makes you not do it right. Yeah. Okay. All right, so I have to be more careful than that. I'm taking off too much. So you go from really gentle, from really hard strikes to really gentle strikes. That's a difficult transition. So I went from hitting down here really hard to hitting extremely softly up here near the tip. Yeah. After doing this for years and years and years, you just get used to how hard you need to hit. It's hard to explain. You hit there, not as hard as there, but much harder than here. Okay? Okay. Got it? Got it. You missed it? Zoom in. Touch the screen and zoom in. Yeah. Those are the kinds of flakes I'm getting right now. They have to go past halfway, and it's got to take off lumps. I'm hitting above center line with each one of these, which seems like it's not going to work, but there's no other way to do it, because I lose too much width if I try to drop these edges. Drop the edges that way. It takes too much width off. So I've got to hit above center line and try to get the flakes to travel, and hopefully they'll travel in a convexity, across that convexity, and take the lump off the middle. Keep doing that. As long as it goes past halfway, it'll get thinned down. Even if you're hitting above center line, you can still get the flakes to go past halfway. That's all you need. It doesn't need to go that much past halfway. See, these flakes are not doing the coast-to-coast thing. They're just getting up on the top and blowing away the top. That's it. Which is good. It's good enough. Okay. Yeah, that one. Oh, that's almost halfway. See, they're sneaky. That one's perfectly not over the top. It's stopped at exactly halfway. They're sneaky when they do that. Means I got to take off more of that weakness. The edge is too weak. Man, come on. You're supposed to be able to do it. But it doesn't do it. That did it. So what's wrong with you over here? Yeah, see, that did it. So that's supposed to be, every one of them was supposed to do that. But no. I hit the microphone. So now I got to adjust it. Okay. I made a mistake in some other videos and not adjusting the microphone, and I ended up puffing on it. Puffing into it the whole time. Drives me insane when I have to review my own videos. Yeah. I say to myself, I don't want to review this video. I'm probably going to be listening to myself puff into the microphone the whole time. Can't do nothing about it. So because live means you post it live. You can't be editing it. It's real-time reality. Yeah. See, that's how you nap one of these triangular cross-section pieces. You break it exactly in half. Yeah. See? Live video time. I broke it in half. Almost perfect. Almost perfect. If you don't do that, that's how you nap it. Okay. Why did it break? Because I had to use a lot of force. There's no way around it. You got to use a lot of force. There's no way I could have used less force than that. Okay, so there you go. I don't even think it removed the flake. It just broke it. All right, so we're in the new piece. We're just gonna. We've got like 30 more minutes. I broke that in the first 16 minutes. Hey, but that's how I do it. Well, see, there you go. You do the same as a napper that's been napping 15 years. Yep. There you go. I should check the chat. Someone said that was perfection. Yeah, I was showing you some good flakes until the end. Yeah, it's perfectly broken half. These make great scrapers. The 90-degree broken off, they make great scrapers because the rest of it's nice and rounded. It fits in your hand really well. I use those for woodworking on arrows anyway. And foreshafts and projectiles. This had a crack in it. Yeah, this had a natural crack in it. See? And that makes a good scraper too. Yeah. Psh, psh. Makes that sound, you know. But I'm not here to make scrapers. Now, which one should I work? The triangular piece again? No. One triangular piece is enough for one night. Let's try to do this one. Oh, that's the wrong way. I took too much off of the wrong side. Right? Yes, I think so. Dang it. Not paying attention. I'm not paying attention correctly. I think this is a heat treat because it's napping way too nicely. Yeah, this is like a swirl type of Georgia chert. It's supposed to be nasty. It's not supposed to nap this easily. I'm taking way too much off, which a lot of times means that it's heat treat. Yeah. That's way too easy. There's good colors in it. Translucency and everything. Okay, so I got about 25 more minutes. I might be able to make a nice little preform out of this. And yeah, I always nap freehand. I never use a pad, a leg pad. Never? Never. Not even for the big stuff. I'll put some towels or something on the ground to nap big stuff. Oh, yeah, it's dead air. Not supposed to have dead air. I forget. Like I think I'm on a regular napping video where I can just not say anything. Yeah. You can't see what I'm doing when I'm abrading this far away. You can't see the results of the abrading. I forgot. Yep. So this is napping really well. Yeah. I mean, the material is nice. I'm not napping it all that well as far as looks. It's all steppy and crunchy. But it's easy to get results on this. Now, if the results would just be good results, I'd be in business. Yeah. Well, at least it could be better than what I'm doing. If I want to get this thin down, I can leave it really, really thick. Let's see, I meant to do that. Yeah. There it is. We're starting to get some cooperation. Yeah. The contours are good. Starting to get better. So once I get past the easy part, then it might not be so nice when I do a nice flake. I mean, a long flake. See, once it starts getting thinner, those nice big old bold flakes tend to snap in half, create step fractures and stuff because they're so thin. That's what makes it difficult because you've got to really focus on the subtle difference between this stage and the next stage. I wonder if the microphone picks up the background noises when I don't say anything. Although there isn't any background noises tonight, I'm surprised. There's a bunch over the weekend. People outside having front porch parties. My front porch is really tiny, so I cannot have a party out there, even if I tried. But the neighbor across the street's got a huge porch. Neighbor next to me there has a huge porch. These guys, yeah, it's pretty good. They all have big porches. Yeah. I got a little 3x3 little area right there in front of my doorway. That's it. Just barely enough for me. Oh, this is so nice. I don't want to break this on video. This is nice material. Do I have a flashlight? Yeah, it's up there. I can show you the translucency once it gets thinner. Yeah. This Coastal Plains shirt is good for that. If you like translucent stuff. Oh, yes. I need to focus. I can't be blabbing. If I want to not break it, I have to focus. Which I took a bite out, so it is starting to get pretty thin. See, I took a bite out of crime right there. So it's starting to get too thin for that amount of force. Okay. So far, this is what I got. That's what I got so far. Can't see because if I don't put it in front of my face, you can't see anything. And you can't see the flake scars. Still has some steppiness. On some of it. Oh, so this is the stage where I need to be really careful. Okay. Not as much danger of snapping this in half as the other one. I don't need to hit it that hard. Yeah. Oops, it does need a file. Let's see. Like Mason, everyone's still here, right? If you're new, you can put a comment in and say hi, just so I know that you're there. I'll check the chat a little bit. Hit the microphone. Is it okay? Okay. Very nice. Oh, I don't know. I really don't want to mess with this on video. Let's see, what do we got? Ed Gould, he's black marbled us. What does black marbled mean? What does that mean? I think I know what that means. Like blacklisted. No. I just want to focus on this for now. So the translucency on these is pretty good. This Coastal Plains shirt stuff. Yeah. So that's all I'm going to do on this piece right now. And let's move on to something else. I want to start napping a little bit on this Alabates and see how this is. See if it's a heat treat or not. I don't know. What do you think? It could be. It's not all glossy, though. I don't know. It feels kind of rough. I don't know, but let's see. The flakes are not traveling. Maybe a little bit. What is it doing? See, I took a flake off the top here. Okay, I'll whittle it down. It looks like it can be whittled. It's got some pretty bad square edges. But, yeah, I've seen worse. I'm going to try to get some good flakes off of it. So maybe I can make little bitty arrowheads, maybe. So yeah, I'm not talking. I really don't want to mess this up. This Alabates is pretty good stuff. Once we get past the shape, it looks like it's pretty good as far as consistency goes. I don't see any major crystal pockets. I just removed some from the side, some crystal pockets from the side. Yeah, there's still some crystal stuff going on right there. So that took off a bite from the side. That's not nappable right there. It's pretty because it's translucent. The crystal, let's see, this way. Can't see it. Anyway, that crystal is, if you can get it in the middle where it's not really in the way, it looks cool, but this is in the way because it's on the edge. Yeah, I can't do anything with that on the edge. It doesn't nap well. So I'm just gonna have to whittle it down little by little. Okay. This is easily napped up here. But down here it's not. Yeah, much tougher down here. Come on. Yeah, there's going to be a turtleback. It's almond shape, you know. I got to remove that turtleback. So what I'll do is I'll try to find an area that is nappable enough to remove a large flake. And you just find out that by testing it. Okay, that worked okay. Worked better than I thought. Yeah. 3 good flakes in a row. That one's the best one. Yeah. Still got a tough area on the other side, though. See, I got to get that edge off by zigzagging it. I'm going to zigzag all that off. Let's see. John Turner's here. He's watching, but doesn't have anything to talk about. That's perfectly okay. We got, it says that it detects network quality is not that good on the phone, but I don't see any problems. If you see any problems, let me know. Keith Rodriguez is here. I have been experimenting with the indirect, but would like to know the position of your fingers on the bottom side of the piece. They're never in the same spot. There's no specific position. Just wherever it's not going to hit your fingers. Yeah, it doesn't matter. The finger position at the bottom doesn't matter except for one thing. Don't bridge it. Don't hit with your fingers too far apart because it'll cause it a bridge and it'll snap. Other than that, it doesn't matter where they are. Yeah. Now, you can get used to putting them in a certain position that's comfortable for you. That works. But what's comfortable for you may be excruciatingly not comfortable for me. And vice versa. I just make sure my finger's not in the way. And make sure it doesn't rock around too much. If you're getting a lot of movement in it, then you've got to change your finger position. You're not supposed to be getting a lot of movement. And if you're getting a lot of shock, that means you're not hitting fast enough. You got to hit fast and hard and kind of snappy. That way you use the mass of the workpiece against itself, and it doesn't shock your hands. When you hit, you shouldn't feel a lot of shock. So you don't need to hold it really firm. You don't have to hold it with any type of specific finger positioning. Just whatever works for you. And keep your fingers out of the way of the flaker. I don't pull or press or do anything fancy with the pressure or the pulling of the fingers on anything. A lot of times I'll put my finger directly below where I strike so that I can kind of catch the flake. But sometimes I don't do that. It depends on, again, whether I'm going to hit my fingers or not with the flaker. I don't even think about finger position. In other words, it doesn't matter all that much, except for, like I said, one exception. When you bridge it, you put too much support on the ends and hit in the middle, it can snap it right across the middle, especially with with softer materials like obsidian and heat treats. Stuff that snaps in half easy. If you bridge it, you're asking for trouble. Other than that, that's the only exception that I use for finger placement. Okay, so that's it for the preliminary biface. It's done. The easy part's done. Now comes the hard part. But the easy part's done. Yeah. So that was good. I still got a good piece out of that blocky chunk. And I've got some flakes down here I can use for little bitty arrowheads. Little tiny. I don't know how, you can make pendants out of them. These little bitty flakes. They're less than an inch long, probably. Or maybe an inch or an inch and an eighth. But this is the one I want to measure. Hold on. Okay. 2.5 inches long. And it does have some translucency to it. Near the tip. See that? It's got some translucency near the tip. There was a crystal pocket or a bunch of crystal mess on this side, I think. But now it's not too bad. I can nap that transparent part. It is nappable. And I don't know I think it is a heat treat because it's napping way too easily. From what I remember of the raw stuff. Yeah, so that will be in the auction, but I'm going to finish that off camera or on a separate video. Since it's special, I might just do a video just on that to finish that out. Yeah. You've seen me do plenty of this coastal plain, so I won't do that. All right, so that's it for the napping. I'm going to look at the chat. Okay? So the moment you've been waiting for to get your questions asked. And no, there's no nap-ins in Colorado. Not yet. They're working on it. Yeah. So let me put some of this stuff away. Okay. And I have some of this. Oh, that goes there. This goes up here. All right. So. Oh, I got some more flakes down here I didn't see. I didn't see them. Dang it. I can make little bitties. Yeah, I can make little bitties. There you go. Did I miss anything, Pat? I think you need to bring in other temporary lighting. Yeah, I got 3 lights in here. I got huge bright lights back there to shine some indirect light. I've got an overhead light I got this lamp here. I got tons of lights. I mean, I'll probably blow one of those circuit breakers with the amount of lights I got in here. And it's still not enough. Yeah. What lights do I have in the background? You want to see? Okay. I know you don't want to see, but I want to show you because I'm not lying. Yeah. I got these from my friend Roberto. I can't. All right, let me grab both of them. They're stuck together. Well, they're built to be together. These massive lumen lights. Where is the camera? See, I've got these set up back here, reflecting off the wall to have indirect lighting. There's no way I can have those facing me because I won't be able to see anything whatsoever. It would defeat the purpose of having a live stream. This way, this way. Did you see? And then I got this light in front of my face. I guess when I get a different camera, it'll change. It'll be, but I don't want to spend $400 on a camera. That's the thing. Where am I? John Turner says, I was napping earlier today on Texas chart and snapped all three in half, and just realized I was creating a bridge with my bottom fingers, just like Pat said. There you go. Fox 3 from the UK. Hey, Marco. Impressive to see you work as always. Thank you. Yeah, I just saw him earlier today. In person. Yeah. That's awesome. Yeah, but you caught me right at the end of napping. 7:40. Yeah, I stopped napping. I ended up with just this on that piece, but it's good. It'll end up, if I don't snap it, it'll end up as a nice piece because of the material. It elevates from Texas. There's still some of the original surface on that. You can see the yellowing. I'll get rid of that. Okay. I don't really need the glasses. Michael says, I'll be back. I got to carry in some groceries. All righty. Let's see. Mike says, okay, I pick up a little stuff like that post facto all the time. Wait till your brain is screaming in your face that this basal strike is going to end the project, but you do it anyway. Like a good flashlight for showing the face of the piece. Yeah. Oh, okay. So, yeah. Let's see. Hold up. I got a flashlight. Let's see if it actually works. Let's see if it actually move it this way. Move it this way. It's still kind of thick. I got to show it so that the shadows will accentuate the flake scar and not wash it out. So you can do big flakes when it's like this. So that's why I say it's the easy part. When it gets thin and try to do big flakes, they start acting up. Yeah. I just put batteries in this flashlight the other day, so I forgot that I had this. Good thing you reminded me. So the face of the other one, let's see. It's got a step fracture in the top. I'll get that out. So there's stiff fracturing going on, but it's not too bad. And I think this is a heat treat as well. So I think both these pieces I was knapping are heat treats. Yeah. But there's still some issues. You can see there's stepping going on. But during this stage where it's still thick, I can get the step fractures out. Come on. The toughest part is to get this smooth down here. One of the toughest parts, other than getting the tip smooth and clean, getting this part down here, the widest part, in the middle, smoothened out. It's hard too. Bill Taylor says I can rewatch and pick up whatever I missed. It's all good. All righty. Bill Taylor, yeah, he's made it. He made it finally. Yeah, John Turner says I snapped a bunch of pieces with a basil strike and slapped my forehead whenever that happens. Robert Lai. Question: why square axes in Europe and not in America? Greetings from Sweden. Watch everything you do. Why square axes in Europe and not in America? I think what happened was they probably would have been square axes in Native America if the Europeans had not arrived at the time that they did. Okay, Europeans had already been working flint for thousands of years. Of course, Native Americans too. But by the time the flint square axes, I'm assuming the ones that are heavily ground down, came into use, it's already the Neolithic. The Native Americans didn't go through the Neolithic. They went straight from archaic and bow use straight into metals when they made contact with Europeans. So there was no Neolithic for the Native Americans. But they did have metallurgy and copper culture, but it wasn't the same as far as a general the general, what do I say? It wasn't that stage of technology. The technology will go in stages when you work with stone. You'll eventually come up with the same stuff. Everyone will come up with basically the same stuff over time. Given them enough time, they would have come up with the same stuff. In general. Let's see. There are some Native American axe heads that do have ground down square type of things, but the square axes are a specific type of artifact. There are similarities between those European axes and Native American axes, but they're not exactly. Like the Native American axe heads are never really, really long, like the Europeans used to make them. Let's see. You're a true artist. Thank you. Thank you. See, that's showing the flake scars is showing it better. Yeah, it did show it better with the flashlight. It did work. I'll be ending the live stream in about 7 minutes. Yep, at 8 p.m. Eastern time. Have you ever made a polished axe, Pat? No. Not planning to either. It's too much grinding involved. Yeah. Now I can probably make one, or I would probably make one if I had the equipment to grind them down and cheat. Yeah. The power tools to grind them down and cheat, that kind of equipment. Then I might make those square axes, but I'm not going to do it the long, tedious way. No. I mean, I'm trying to save time doing as it is. If I try to start doing the other stuff, forget it. All right, I'm checking the auction here. In case someone is having trouble, you can hopefully find the chat and ask me in real time. What's going on? I don't know what's going on. Let's see. Everything's going well. After the live stream ends at 8, there's still one more hour before I close the auction. I close the auction at 9 p.m. Eastern, and then I announce the winners. Sometimes it's really, really close. You know, people bid at the last second. And it's hard for me to figure out who won. I try my best. Sometimes YouTube time is not correct either, so that complicates it. It puts a little timestamp on your bid, like, see, Ed Gould bid. Come on. As an example, 36 minutes ago. See that? It has a little timestamp 1 hour ago for Ralph or for Keith, etc. Sometimes those are not accurate, especially by the minute. You know, they're generally accurate as long as it's within 2 minutes. That YouTube seems to think it's fine. But when it comes to trying to figure out exactly who bid just before the close of the auction, it's hard sometimes. So just be aware. Yeah. Now, who's your lithic hound? You're not seeing Josh Grassman's bid because you bid lower. What's going on? It doesn't do any good to bid lower than the previous bid. Of course, I had to put those in myself. So maybe that throws you off. Okay. I think I got a like on everyone's bid. Okay, Ross Wellman says, good night, all. We'll see you later, Ross. Good to see you. Yeah, I think I read all the chat. It's good. I'm glad. I am glad that I didn't miss much. I see you guys talking amongst yourselves. Very, very good. So angles and stuff, angles on platforms and knapping on pads. Finger placement in general, just as a general consideration, when you put your finger where the flake is going, in general it's fine, but sometimes it'll stop a flake. So you want to pass the flake, at least try to get it between fingers, even though you don't spread your fingers out a lot. You can spread them out just a little bit, enough to get a flake to go in between. Sometimes on some materials, especially dacite obsidian, as an example, it'll step fracture if you're holding it too firmly. It'll step fracture where you're making contact with the material. Yeah. But a lot of times when you're knapping hard material, it doesn't matter. But with obsidians and dacites, yeah. And some heat treats and some cherts, it does matter that you're putting pressure on the face, and it will stop the flake, especially when it gets thin. So, especially with glass and obsidian, and also especially if it gets thin, and with finger pressure, excessive finger pressure. Yeah. 3 things. Nice live stream. See you Monday, said Styly Designs. Yep, we'll see you. Patrick, what did you think of the dacite? It was good. It's crunchy like normal dacite, but it's not as snap and halfish as I had napped before. So it was good. The first piece of today's auction, 7Y01, is some of your dacite, I believe. And I was able to make a thin, long piece. If it was snap and halfish, there's no way. Keith Rodriguez says, thank you for all the info. I would like to get one of your notching pads. Are you talking to Mike Tufts? Mike says, have a good night, Patrick. Take care, everyone, and see you on the next live stream. Yeah, next live stream is Wednesday, 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern time. And just ask Google, what is it my time when it's 2 p.m. Eastern? And then you'll be able to set your alarm. Yeah. Keith Callahan says, good night to you all. Thanks so much, Pat, for sharing so much with us again. You're very welcome. Yes. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad you picked up something useful. That always makes me glad. All right. We'll see you next time. That's the end of the live stream. It's already time. I've got to get back to the auction and make sure I get all my paperwork in order. And I clean up this mess in here. All right. We'll see you guys next time. Good to see everybody. Bye-bye.